we had some information to come from Smithfield Forest. I just received it today. So, it's concerning, their concerns about two privately owned lots within the community. They're located, in a wooded section of Smithfield Forest and have become recurring dumping sites. So, the only thing that we can do, unless the council has some addition, or Mr. Goldsmith has some additional recommendation, the only thing that we can do is we can request that, um, the property owners place a no dumping sign, but because it's personal property, there's nothing we can do about the dumping site. Now, we can definitely go through our enforcement measures to make sure that, we're enforcing, but the enforcement the enforcement measures are going to be against the property owner. They're not gonna be against whoever's dumping unless we can catch them, and then a warrant can be sworn. Is that right?
Well, it's a little, we have to go, we're gonna go out tomorrow and see if we can see where the trash came from.
Okay.
If we do that, and then if we can find it, we have to send them a letter, and they have X number of days to come clean it up.
Okay.
And if they don't, then it's criminal litter.
Okay. Well, there you go. But other than that, I'm not aware of any additional actions that we can take at this time. They're requiring specific actions, and I will share those with y'all, with you all. They're requesting that we increase code enforcement presence in wooded and undeveloped areas of Smithfield Forest, install visible no dumping signage with citation and of fines and penalties, provide surveillance or monitoring in known dumping areas, enforce fines and penalties for violators, coordinate with property owners to secure access points where possible, and establish a reporting system for residents to notify the city of violations. Now, before we address this in council meeting, I would like to provide this to our city attorney for her to provide a formal response, because unfortunately, most of this we can't legally do. Any questions on the? We'll provide you all a copy and a copy of this. I mean, unless somebody needs to see it. Okay. Huh. No, you can bring it. Yeah. That was, I think that was like that was what. Okay.
Just to piggyback off of complaint in Smithfield Forest, there's one more, Chief Reed, for Smithfield Forest. It's on Rolling Ridge Circle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rolling Ridge Circle. Is that the back street? Some unusual activity in one of the houses right there. If you get to the stop sign, make a right. Just down on the left-hand side. A lot of unusual traffic and just need to be monitored, maybe a little bit more presence there.
Okay.
Correct.
So one additional thing, to update on the park board meeting. Since our last meeting, that is the only meeting, I think, only committee meeting that has occurred since our last city council meeting. The park board. Beautification. Oh, beautification board, okay. My apologies. But, on the park board, and unfortunately, I was not able to attend that, and, Council Wilkerson can update us on that. But I wanted to make sure I addressed some of the items that were brought up at the park board. We talked about, and agreed on the, implementation of a rate increase on the community center. The park board was in agreement with that. We will now go from $100 to $250. If someone has already rented it, they will be able to rent it at the price that they signed their paperwork. So if they already signed the paperwork and already secured the rental, it will be at that rate. But if they have not, effective, the next day after our meeting, the rate increase will take place. But that was the recommendation from the park board. In addition to that, we also discussed, and you can help me where I'm missing something, Councilor Brown. We also discussed the cost of, the fee that would be charged to the organizations that are renting the baseball fields and the soccer field. Well, soccer fields. And so the park board agreed to the implementation of a specific rate. And we're also, oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's pre-council, so am I too close now? Oh, okay. So, implementation of a fee for those organizations that are using those facilities. And we have a certain amount that this city council and myself agreed to as a budget to help with the maintenance of those facilities. And so now we need to implement those rates and fees to offset some of that for the city of Pleasant Grove. In addition to that, we have some maintenance that we, the city of Pleasant Grove, we're gonna have to complete ourselves because it's a part of the infrastructure and we must do that. There are some fields or a portion of the facility that is not being used due to safety issues. We also had the opportunity to clear up some items with Alabama Power and provide, well, Mr. Taylor, were we able to provide them an update on the utilities?
Yes,
Okay.
we have that to give them.
Okay. So part of the discussion, council, was, there was some concerns from the organizations that were utilizing the facilities that they were not being properly charged for the utilities that they were using. Am I speaking correctly, Mr. Taylor? Okay, and so Mr. Goldsmith worked with Mr. Taylor and Alabama Power, and they all had the opportunity to make sure that all of that information was reduced to some type of writing so we could give that to the organizations. And we will update this city council on the agreement. Now, Attorney Kidd did provide me with an agreement, but there are still some items that we need to discuss. So I will not have that to present to the council on tonight. However, I would like to address the fee so we can go ahead and, because that would just be paperwork that we need to agree upon. So, do we need to address the entire contract or just the rate?
Just the rate, and then I had some other questions that I would like to talk with Mr. Brown and Mr. Taylor about.
Okay.
And before I present it to the full council.
Okay, so I would like to address the rate. And Mr. Taylor, or Councilor Brown, can you remind me of the rates that we settled on?
Yes, the, council had just budgeted $7,000 for the year. We just have 3 organizations are currently leasing, so we just split it right down to 3 divided into 7,000, so it was
$2,333.33 per organization.
per year.
No, until, that will carry them until September 30th.
Correct.
And so another thing, council, the park board is making the recommendation upon agreement with the park board that we change the leases from December back to our fiscal year, because unfortunately, previously they changed it to a calendar year that was not without our approval. So we want to make sure that we adhere to and make sure that we agree upon a contracting period, unless there's any issues, questions, or concerns. Okay, and Councilor Wilkerson, I know that a portion of the update that you provided me was you elected officers, and you have some plans in place going forward. Would you like to update the council on?
Absolutely.
Or you can do it during the meeting. It's up to you. Okay.
I think everybody's gonna stay for me.
Any other items before I go to this? One additional thing that we discussed during the park board meeting is we are in the process of, we received quotes. Mr. Goldsmith, it was instrumental in making this a change. We are going to install cameras and some electronic access points for the community center. And that we feel that that will assist with the safety issues, concerns. In addition to that, we would also employ as an overtime, no, at an additional rate. We will enlist, not employ. We will enlist our public works team. They will develop a system where someone will be on call every weekend for the events. During the week, the public works team can deal with it, and they will still be eligible to receive that additional compensation, because with the exception of Mr. Goldsmith, all of our public works team is non-merit. So that won't interfere with the personnel board issues. I think that that's it. What am I missing?
Cameras include, public Wi-Fi.
Oh, yes, it includes public Wi-Fi. That's one issue and concern that some of our renters have brought up, that there's no Wi-Fi there. So this will feed off of the Wi-Fi here, just as our workout facility does. So all of that will be included in the quote we received. Includes the following, excuse me, 4 Ultra HD cameras, excuse me, and those will be strategically placed at the facility to make sure that the full facility view is covered. Unified cloud NVR, and I'm assuming that's the Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi extender. 4 terabytes HDD recording space. Some type of switch, a building-to-building bridge repair to assist with the Wi-Fi being fed off of this building, a high-speed access point, cables, connectors, paneling, etc. This will also include the installation labor. That totals, I don't have a total, but everything, including labor, is a quoted price of $3,693.42. And we did not obtain multiple quotes for that service. And the reason we did not is because this person has been the person that has provided us with the services previously. And he already knows the system justifiably, so it would be very simple for him to just expand the services from one building to another. Okay, one other item that we need to discuss is our public works vehicles. We need some. So, I'm not gonna go into what our public works team has to go through on a daily basis in their vehicles, because, no. But they have been very patient with us, and I do not want to continue to place them in any harmful situations that could arise if we don't replace these vehicles without saying more. So, we did receive a quote from the amazing car dealership, excuse me, that was able to get my vehicle $10,000 cheaper. Almost 11,000 cheaper. And so we received a quote of $99,369.44, and that would be for 2 new work trucks. One work truck, I will be honest, council, we need to completely retire. Our team has been driving it, but they try to make sure that it stays within a couple of blocks. So, I'm very serious. Yeah, that's the one that they basically drive from here to the park across the street. And so,
Cause it's all downhill.
yeah. So we need to take care of this if we can. We do have the funding available in our infrastructure funds. As of January 20th, and the council has previously received this, as of January 20th, we had right at $700,000 available. We made the purchase of the tractors, we made the purchase, which was right at 200,000, was it? And yes, with everything all in, and we're still waiting on that, just to update you all, we're still waiting on that, it's being built. I'm hoping we'll receive the next couple of weeks because it comes with the attachments that are going to allow our team to start with the kudzu. Although it has already started to green up really, really quickly. But I'm hoping that because it includes a root puller, and the strategy that Mr. Goldsmith has is once those roots are pulled out, he has identified the chemicals necessary to spray the remaining soil, and it should stay dormant for at least 3 years. So we have a plan, we just need the equipment and to execute it, and you all's permission to continue on as we are. Yes, sir. One is 56,000. Oh, the total is $99,367.44, and they come fully equipped. And does that come with the City of Pleasant Grove seal and all that? Do you know? Oh, okay, yeah. This will come out of our infrastructure funding. So the infrastructure funding is going to be our gas tax, our trust fund, our special gas tax receipts, general road receipts, bond interest. And those funds have been identified to only be used for infrastructure by law.
So we don't have, I was trying to, is it in this packet that we received?
It was the sheet that you provided back in January. Yeah, the council received it.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that, I don't remember seeing it, but I'm just saying,
Well,
So-
what it will, do you know, we can definitely email you the specific account number, Councilor Gary. I can't tell, yes, it is. So like, gas tax is going to be 504-1010.
well, I'm not saying that, let me ask you, I guess let me be more specific. Like, you see how in the back we have, like, one of them, like, we have one that says special gasoline, that shows just the revenues for it and kind of
ma'am.
the income from that. So we don't have, that's not in here. It's
It's-
just in the general fund?
No, well, it's in the income statement. This is not gonna be just your general fund. This is gonna be all of your funds with the exception of those, well, there you go, special
What,
gas.
right, that's what I'm saying. So, so I see the one for the special gas. And the trust fund. What were the other ones that you said that the total would be coming from?
Rebuild Alabama gas tax, Alabama trust fund, special gas, general road, and bond interest. So you're gonna have to identify on your, Mr. Cobb, do you happen to know the line number for each of these?
Not right up, because we have to combine them when I'm doing the budget part of it.
Yes, sir.
But that
So say
sheet
for
here, I can
instance,
send
here's
you
your
one.
rebuild Alabama gas tax. It's 507-1010.
I understand that. And so, and do we know, this was as of January the 20th, do we know how much is in there now?
As of, yeah, it's on here. This is the sheet she has.
So we haven't spent anything from these funds since this January 20th date?
Since January 20, I'm not sure right now.
Yes, we have.
But I
That's
can
where
update it.
that's what I was
The,
just saying. That's
The
where
tractor, we haven't completely spent the money yet, but it's been allocated, like the mayor said.
And so I'm glad you brought up the income statement. So I am very pleased to present to the council that as of the first 5 months of our fiscal year, ending February 28th, 2026, we have a surplus of $1,447,977.70. So we have been very diligent in our spending, again, and I will say it every time. We have been very diligent in our spending. So, expenditures on from the expenses from the administration, expenses from the police department, expenses from fire department, you've been doing an amazing job, Danny. Expenses from sanitation, expenses from public works, expenses from the library and the municipal court. And with the total expenses, our net income is under budget by $96,257.64. So we have been really cutting where we can and utilizing what we have to the last extent that's possible. So I want this council to take comfort in knowing that when we come to you requesting an expenditure, we have done all we can to utilize what we have until we can't anymore. So any questions?
I have some. With the cameras, will it be audio and video at the community center?
I hope so.
So I guess my concern about the audio is, I don't know what we rent them out for. I don't have any record of knowing who's rented or anything. You know, I don't know if people do, I don't know if anybody's ever rented for any private counseling sessions, or I'm just concerned about, you know, someone expecting to be able to have, and I realize it's a public building and that kind of stuff. Just concerns about the, you know, not necessarily being able to see what they're doing, but more so being able to hear everything that's going on inside of the building.
Well, I think that we need to keep in mind, from the perspective of protecting city property, that there's no expectation of privacy when you're renting a city facility, because this belongs to all of us, really. I mean, that's what our taxpayer dollars are for. And so there should be no expectation of privacy to the extent where, if there's a situation where there's a concern that, yes, we will have postings and it will be included in the paperwork that's provided, but it's a public facility. I mean, there should be no expectation that something can occur that nobody else will be privileged to. So I want to make sure that the council also understands, as well as the public, that this is not for the purpose of putting out anybody's information, business, or whatever. This is for the purpose of protecting the city's interest in city-owned property. And that's been part of the problem is we've been reactive to whatever happens to city property. And I think that it's time that we become proactive so we can start protecting the city's property from a perspective of being intentional and being purposeful in those activities. So I really want the council to be aware that, you know, public records are just that, but it also becomes subject to all of those parameters that go with public records. So just no different than if somebody comes up here, there should be no expectation that we're a doctor's office or, you know, something like that, because there's no limitation on the exposure of what can be hidden from the public in a public facility. Am I?
Yes, I am. I think you hit it. I don't think there is no expectation of privacy there. I always would like to continue the dialogue, but if posting, then people should be aware that they could be recorded or it is being recorded. And to the example, Counselor, that you mentioned about a therapist or someone renting a facility of that type, I would say, I would hesitate that anyone would do that to their client and not be able to manage the facility itself in which they would be conducting that kind of business.
And Mayor, I would also like to think that everyone won't have access to those cameras anyway, unless there's a need
That's
to
true.
know.
That's
Okay. And would it be monitored by our public safety department or?
Well, it's not a situation where we will monitor in that perspective. It's a situation, if we have a situation to come up and an incident to occur or something that we need to identify the source, that should be the only reason to access that footage. And that would be under the control of our Public Works Director. And if necessary, Chief Reed would have the authority to review those as well, and myself. But other than that, it would still become subject to a public records request because it would become a part of our public records.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of,
Yes,
just
sir.
seeking clarification.
Yes, sir. Okay, any other questions?
Yes.
Okay.
And you all may have done the bills before I came in. And you did mention that you got your vehicle. What did you purchase?
I purchased a Tahoe.
Is it a 2026?
It is. And it's 6 o'clock.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, it's fine.
Okay, okay. We'll officially call tonight's meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. Good evening to those I have not had an opportunity to speak to this evening. We'll officially call to order, excuse me, our April 6, 2026 City Council meeting. And I would ask any ministers in the house this evening? I know you. Okay, well, Councilor Brown, would you open us up with a word of
I
prayer?
would love to. Let's pray. Father, we come before you tonight, and we are so grateful for all that you do for us. We're thankful for the celebration that we all had, Lord, this past weekend, just celebrating that the tomb is empty and you are risen and seated at the right hand of the Father. Thank you, Lord, for your overseeing of our hearts and our lives and being such an intricate part of everyday walk. Lord, I pray to God that you would touch our mayor and this council. Lord, that you would just give us unity of heart and mind. And Lord, that you would touch our city and just continue to bless. Thank you, Lord, for the wisdom and the understanding that you're guiding us with. And we just give you praise for everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilor Brown. Mr. Cobb, if you would notate that everyone with the exception, oh, you can go ahead. I said Mr. Cobb, I'm sorry. Are you, is that your name? Oh, okay. If you'll notate that everyone with the exception of Mr. Lassiter is present, and I ask that we keep him and his wife in, oh, we ain't got that. Okay. That you will keep he and his family in prayer as Mrs. Lassiter is going through a time of healing right now. And now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Ask Ms. Van Williams if she'll lead us in the pledge. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, we need a motion to approve the minutes from the last regular scheduled meeting, which was almost a month ago.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from March 9th, 2026.
Okay, we have a motion.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilor Brown, properly second by Councilor Wilkerson. Any questions on the minutes? Okay. All right, hearing none. All those in favor? And that motion passes unanimously. Next up, we have the approval of April 6, 2026 bills in the amount of $750,667.61.
All right, I make a motion that we approve the bills in the amount of $750,000, $667.61. They were previously reviewed, questions asked. I don't know if everyone was here, but there's the motion.
And we have a
I
motion?
second.
Okay, we have a motion by Counselor Van Williams. It's been properly seconded by Counselor Wilkerson. And, open the floor for questions. Okay, okay. Hearing none, and as Ms. Van Williams stated, we reviewed those during pre-council. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, now we'll have special presentations. Go. Okay. Anyone else have any, anyone else have any special presentations? Well, she does that, we'll go a little out of order, and, I'll go ahead and do my mayor's report. Good evening again to everyone. It's so good to see all of your beautiful smiling faces. Happy resurrection forever. So I believe that every day is a beautiful day because God died on the cross for us. And I'm a firm believer in what he has done in my life. And if you don't know him for yourself, I encourage you to get to know him because there's no other greater than he. So I don't have much this evening, just happy to see all of the wonderful accomplishments of our students, the great things that they are doing. I think Ms. Geary will address some of that this evening. Congratulations to some of our thespians again on winning some awards. They competed and they won, and so we couldn't be prouder. We're gonna have more on that later because I do want to properly recognize them. I don't want to haphazardly do so. But I just wanted us to be aware. Most of the times it's posted on Facebook. So if you see a student out, just tell them good job on the great things that they are doing and accomplishing. I was able to update the council earlier on some of our finances. So I do want to make that a part of my comments this evening. Currently, for the 5 months ending, we are operating with a surplus of revenues of 1.4 million. So we are very excited about that. And then we are operating below budget to the tune of $96,257.64. So I was happy to update the public as well as the council that we are diligently working to make use of all of our resources that we have. And it would be amazing if we can end up without any shortfall for the year. And I just want you to know and rest assured that we are making every effort to be diligent with every dollar that we receive. But now I would like to call up Chief Reed. As Chief Reed comes this evening, I want all of us here to give Chief Reed a huge congratulations. I told him, I said, that's awesome. They're congratulating you. They don't even know why. But I received a letter on behalf of the University Partnership for Alabama Continuing Education. The acronyms are UPACE, and the Alabama Association of Chiefs of Police, which is ACOP. They took great pleasure in announcing that Chief Daniel Reed has completed 240 hours of training in the Certified Law Enforcement Executive Program. Chief Reed was awarded his 240-hour certification in law enforcement on February 19th, 2026 at the Alabama Association of Chiefs of Police Conference in Montgomery. A little more about, no, a little more about the program. It's a 4-level program developed by the Alabama Association of Chiefs of Police. It is supported by the Alabama Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission, which is APOS. Oh, I didn't know there was a C in there. Okay, APOS. The program was developed to prescribe a standard of excellence in the law enforcement profession, and certainly Chief Reed has reached that standard. He is among an elite group of Alabama chiefs that have earned this honor. Chiefs accepted into this prestigious program must complete many hours of training in courses such as leadership skills, human relations, internal personnel policies, external environmental issues, and communications. They sent a thank you to myself and to the city of Pleasant Grove for supporting this program and allowing Chief Reed to participate. And what I want to say about Chief Reed is, if there was ever a concern about somebody that we have that is great in leadership and what he does, that is you, Chief Reed. And we are so fortunate to have you here with us. And I thank you for continuing to serve. And this is your 33rd year. And he comes to work every day with a smile on his face, regardless of what is going on. So thank you so much, Chief Reed. So, oh, okay, and, okay. So, I'm honored that I have the opportunity this coming week. Oh, no, you're talking about when we went. When we went to, Washington DC, we had the opportunity to go to the National League of Cities Conference. And you all, I want you to know how energized and renewed I felt coming back from that conference. I think that sometimes, especially when you go to a conference every year or every 2 years, you have a tendency to just kind of fall into going through the motions. But this time, this opportunity was so refreshing and so inspiring and so informative. I feel that we all obtained so much information that we are able to utilize for our city on so many levels. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity to go, but I'm also appreciative that we had all but one of our city councilors with us. So that meant so much. And then we had an opportunity to go and speak with our own U.S. Representative Sewell. We had an opportunity to thank her for the funding of the push for the funding of the $700,000 grant, and then also to present in some of the upcoming ideas. But the most important thing was for her to sit there with us for approximately 45 minutes to educate us on where we should go next, what makes sense for our city, what can be most productive, and also what we should bring to the table that she thinks would get done the fastest. So I'm just excited for the working relationship we have with Representative Sewell and her opportunity to serve us. And then after we came back from DC, our city was chosen to host community office hours. So that was a huge opportunity, because that meant that the people in her district had the opportunity to come and visit her team here in our offices. That's huge, you all. That puts us on the map. So my mantra is, I don't want people to just wonder where Pleasant Grove has been. I want them to know that we're in the room every time we're in the room. So that's what I'm working for. That's who I'm working for. And I appreciate the opportunity to continue to serve. So, is Councilor? Oh, okay. So Councilor Gary is back, so I will turn it over to her.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I'd like to tell you a short story. Once upon a time, and really it was just earlier in January, a 5th grader from Pleasant Grove walked into the Jefferson County Spelling Bee held at the Jefferson County School Board alongside with some of the very best young spellers from across this county. She had studied hard, she stayed focused, and took on word after word with confidence. Not only that, she was the only student from Pleasant Grove that even placed. So it was Kelsey Causey that earned second place. And here's something that's even more impressive. That wasn't the first chapter of her story. Last year, she also earned second place, showing that her success is built on dedication, perseverance, and hard work. Now, every good story does have a little twist, and ours came in the form of an appeal, which delayed our celebration. But that chapter has now closed, and Kelsey is officially the second place winner in this year's county spelling bee. And at just 11 years old, I think we can all agree her history is just getting started. In fact, I think her name says it all. K keeps pushing herself to do her best. E excels under pressure. L loves a challenge. S shows true dedication. E earns her success. And Y, young and already accomplishing great things. Kelsey, we are so proud of you. Thank you for representing Pleasant Grove and our entire community with excellence. Congratulations, you are truly what makes our city shine. And she has a certificate as well, signed by myself and Mayor Lawson. And her parents are here. Oh, y'all will come up, they're gonna get a picture. And Mayor, oh, actually, council can just come, we'll all do a picture. Yeah, we can do it in front. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Gary. Great job, Ms. Kelsey. Okay, next up, we have the offices of the city reports. Mr. Cobb?
I don't have anything.
Okay. We do have a new payroll clerk.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
and
Ms.
she's
Erica
doing pretty good.
Hudson.
She's doing pretty good.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Chief Reed.
Actually, I don't have anything, man. Everything is going quite well with the police and fire department, so.
Thank you so much. Mr. Goldsmith? Okay. Ms. Hodge?
Good evening. As you all know, Christmas is approaching fast. So what I want to do is get ahead of the game. Christmas committee sign-up sheet for those who wants to be a part of helping put together a Christmas to remember. So therefore, we can go back to the tradition of the city of Pleasant Grove. So don't everybody sign up at once. Only have a selected few signatures boxes. So I would appreciate if you're interested, or if anyone you know that's interested, please tell them to come and see me or sign up. So far I have 4 signatures, and I really appreciate it. And after I get at least 8 or 10, then we'll go with the first meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Hodge. Is that a continuous list? Or
Yes,
is?
I'm gonna bring it every council meeting, I get about 10.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So we encourage and invite our community members to please, please, please sign up for a Christmas to Remember. I guess Ms. Hodge has named it. And so, we need your help. We need community volunteers for this to work. While we are all in our, from our office standpoint, we need the community to help us with this. So please, 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 if you have the time, the more people we have to sign up, the less time and restraints there will be on the few that may sign up. So we are asking for your help. Attorney Kidd, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, so, our, unpaid, freelance senior program director.
Imagine if I got paid. Is it on?
Yes, ma'am, it's on. Good evening.
Everybody knows that I'm the freelance senior program director. And on behalf of the senior program, on April the 16th at 9:30, we're gonna hold a Meet the Candidate meeting. I've sent a letter, mailed a letter to all the candidates that are running for District 57. And I invited them all to come in, speak with the citizens, let us know what their platform is, and to also have the community ask them questions that are important to you. That we're, now that we're in, not that we're in, but we are in rural Jefferson County. And so therefore, there should be quite a few questions and concerns for us as the citizens of rural Jefferson County. How can they increase revenue? What about a healthcare facility? Things like that. And so I encourage everyone to come out because we all should have questions. We should know the people that we vote for. We should know them. And we should vote, as that's everyone's basic right to vote. And our vote should matter to them. Okay? So that's on the 16th of April at 9:30 in the morning at the community center. We'll be there, ask them some hard questions, and prayerfully we'll get some good answers. All right? Thank you.
Thank you. As she takes her seat, I want you all to know that Ms. Dansby is doing an amazing job. If you have the opportunity to attend on any given Thursday, we did switch it to Thursdays for convenience of parking. So if you have an opportunity, I encourage you, if you have an hour, if you have 30 minutes, you may want to catch the end of your lunch. Just go up there and I'll tell you, it's a treat to behold. So thank you, Ms. Dansby, for your willingness to serve. Okay, so now we'll go on to our committee reports. And we'll start with you, Councilor Wilkerson. Oh, you know.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is so good to see a packed house. This is expected. This is Pleasant Grove. So thanks for coming out and being a part of this process. Because without you, there's no way we could become the city that we're becoming. Mayor, there's a couple of things that I would like for us to address at some point. Okay. And one was a document that you created regarding councilors' requests for information. Okay. I don't know if tonight is the best night or another time.
Whenever you're ready. Okay,
and also there is a fee that we're trying to recoup for the use of the park. So if we could, I don't know should I make a motion?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to
I
make.
apologize. Yes, sir.
Okay, I would like to make a motion regarding the document that was created pertaining to how counselors request information from the mayor for our information regarding taking action. I'd like to submit it as a form of a motion.
That has been submitted as a form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion that's been properly second. Any questions?
I don't think I have any questions, but I guess before we would address this document, I would request that we take time to talk with our city attorney about what's included in this document. Yeah, before we take an actual vote on it.
Are you presenting that as an amendment? Would that?
Sure.
Attorney Kidd, would that be an amendment?
It would be part of the discussion. If she wants to amend it, she very well so can.
Okay,
Well, I would like to do that in the form of an amendment.
okay.
So you have to vote on the amendment.
Okay, so we have an amendment from Counselor Gary. Do we need a second under this circumstance?
Yes.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have an amended motion and a second. All those in favor of the amended motion, with a show of hands? All those opposed? Okay, that amendment fails. So will we automatically revert back to his motion, or does he need to make it again?
No, it falls back to the main motion.
Okay, okay. So we go back to the main motion, which has been motioned. Do we need a second again?
No,
Attorney? Okay.
it's in play.
It's still intact. Okay, so we have a motion that was previously properly seconded. All those, any other discussion on?
If you will, just for public consumption, can you explain exactly what that was?
Yes,
I don't think it's
ma'am.
fair to.
Okay, so the motion that is before us is my office, myself and my office presented a streamlined process to the city councilors that would allow them the opportunity, we would create a format for them to request information. So that currently, the way it stands, each city councilor can approach our office to request information. While we have no issue with providing information, it can become very cumbersome to provide each city councilor bulk information with limited staff. And so I presented to this city council the option, a streamlined process, which would require that when requests are made, that by majority vote of the council, that request will come to my office. And then that gives the opportunity, and it cuts down on repetitive requests, it cuts down on cumbersome requests, and hopefully it will streamline the process to the point where information can be provided to them in a faster manner, as well as it gives the opportunity for city councilors, for example, if Ms. Van Williams or Ms. Gary ask for one item, it allows the opportunity for perhaps Ms. Gary or, I keep saying Miss, I apologize.
You're fine.
I'm not being disrespectful at
fine.
all. It gives the opportunity for Councilor Wilkerson or Councilor Brown to maybe say, in addition to that, can we add or can we consider that this or that would not be necessary because I know this or I know that. So that's the gist of it. And initially, when it was presented, after we had an opportunity to talk, some of the council members, I think there was some misunderstanding, and I can't speak for anyone, but I think there was some misunderstanding that it was actually going to take away some of their ability to obtain information, but the document actually gives them a little more power. So, to the extent that they're able to receive information. I hope I covered it all.
Are we still in the discussion portion of it? So when this request is made, will the council vote up or down whether the information is provided?
Yes.
So there's a likely chance that a city councilor can need additional information to ensure that they're making informed decisions, and it could be voted no.
Well, I think that what it is, Counselor Gary, it's more along the lines of, this administration has not, and I can openly, in an open meeting, share with you, this administration is not and does not intend to withhold information from you that you have a right to receive. So this is just really for the purpose of streamlining the process, so everybody is informed and made aware. It is not to withhold information. If you have a right to it, regardless of any ordinance that we may pass, if you have a right to it, I can't prevent you from getting it.
Unless the rest of the council votes that we can't have that information.
Well, I think that the way that Councilor Gary asked the question could be clarified, because it's not me having, this does not create a false sense of ability for me to withhold information from you if you have a right to receive it. This is an effort to streamline how that comes to you. I will give you an example. I received a very detailed list of questions and requests from Councilor Gary. If I had answered all of those in detail, it would have consumed about a week of my time to compile information. And so with that, imagine if every city councilor has a week of time worth of questions.
But Mayor, as we are learning, we will have questions. And even if you don't want to withhold the information from us, if the rest of the council disagrees with you and doesn't think we need that information, we can't receive that information according to this that you're trying to pass.
And Mayor, in all fairness, with the email that I sent, some of that information was about to come up for vote, and it was information I felt that I needed. There was additional information that was in that email that said, if this information, if this is not about to come up for a vote, then it's not necessary to provide this information at this time. But at some point, everything that's in that email is gonna come back before this council. Some of it already has, and I think that the information that was in the email is gonna be information that's necessary. And it doesn't have to come to just me. It can be disseminated to all of the council. But I just think it's a disservice to put this ordinance or resolution, I don't even remember how it was worded originally, in place in order to facilitate the information being presented to the council.
What?
You know, if I may, Mayor, I don't think this process is going to deny us, and nor will it impede us or prevent us from doing our jobs. It's like the mayor stated, it will streamline the process due to limited staff, and if there is a need to know, then we will know. I'm very fond of our council, and I respect our council, and I don't think any one of us would vote to deny information we are requesting so that we can serve you and provide you with the things that you need to be safe and feel secure in the city.
Well, Councilor Wilkerson, I'll respond to that. The first three words that you said, I don't think, is that's your opinion. In my opinion, I think that it will impede us being able to get the information that may be possible, or again, it may be a question that I have that maybe none of the other councilors have even looked at. But once I receive the information, I may change my mind completely and say, oh, well, this is a non-issue at all. I don't even need to worry about this. The concerns I had, they're right here in black and white, or whatever it might be. So it's just a difference of opinion here as to what it would do. Mayor, you said the word empower. I think it impedes. So it's just a difference of opinion is all it is. there's not disunity here, it's just a difference of opinion on this subject.
And you know, we all have an opinion.
Yes, sir.
And we all are entitled to an opinion. And that's why we bring situations such as this to votes. And, but I still stand on, I don't believe and feel in my heart of hearts, information will be withheld from us to prevent us from performing our jobs to serve you.
So I think that one important thing that the public needs to be made aware of, because I don't want to leave this hanging chad out there, that it appeared that something that Councilor Gary requested from me was withheld from her, and then it later came up for a vote. So I want to make sure that publicly I state that at the time that you asked me for the information, it was not something that I needed to divulge to you at that time. At the time that it was necessary for me to divulge it to you, which is the time that I bring things to the council, it was all the information was provided to you, and you have the opportunity to vote it up or down. So I don't want anybody to leave thinking that you requested something and I told you no, and then later it came up for a vote as if I were trying to hide it in the interim. I don't think that that was fair. It was not accurate, and I want to make sure that we clear that up.
Well, Mayor, I don't think I said that you were trying to hide anything.
Well, no, what you said was that you requested something, and then you said later it came up for a vote, as if you said you requested something, and you said, like, for instance, you requested it, and it may come up for a vote, like that particular thing did, and that I had told you that it was not information that you needed. So I want to make sure that I make it clear that at any time that this council has to consider something, I fairly across the board provide the information necessary. I over-inform, really. So I just want to make that clear, that there's a lot of information that I provide to this city council. By law, I don't have to. But I'm not interested in withholding or asking you to make uninformed decisions, because I've been in your seat and I've had to do that. And I don't want you to have to do that.
Well, Mayor, I don't want us to go back and forth on that issue. That email has come up several times in several of these council meetings. But I still stand by what I said. I didn't say you tried to hide anything, but I don't think it's fair for you to determine whether or not the information that I have is enough for me to make the informed decision. But that's just my opinion.
And I'd like to say for the record, Mayor, I don't have distrust. I don't want that to be displayed for anyone here, that I have distrust in any shape, form, or fashion. But I do want to be able to have informed information if I feel like I need informed information. The voters voted for me to make an informed decision and to vote on an informed platform. And if I feel like I need some information, I don't want 3 other counselors telling me I don't need that information. So, but I don't want anyone to take, or anyone in the public here to have it displayed to them that there is distrust, because there is not distrust. It's just a question on how we obtain information.
And I think that's everybody's goal, how we obtain information. And that's the goal. But Attorney Kidd, we cut you off several times, my apologies.
My comments may be premature. However, what I'm hearing is more of a procedural matter than a substantive matter, in the sense of maybe withholding information. I am really amazed at how much this small city gets done, having come from a large city where information was centralized and I could deploy 15 people at a minimum to get to an answer before a Tuesday council meeting. So bringing this, and it's a novel idea to some extent, to bring this information before the full body to hear and to see what questions are being asked, you actually can expedite the learning of the entire council on various matters. I would say that I can't imagine what could be voted down, because even under FOIA, you would be going against the law. If it was something that was not confidential in nature, that could not be talked about in a setting such as this. Otherwise, it could be a time delay. I could see the efficiency of time that maybe questions 1 through 16 could be deferred and give you a better time management of that, and have that time management to be publicly displayed so it wouldn't be argumentative and an expectation that you would be getting it on Tuesday rather than 3 Tuesdays from now, because it's not coming up until later. So I think, I would say I'm a little bit hesitant about voting it down, but I don't see a voting down process in this here, more so of a time management and how questions are facilitated to the entire body so that knowledge can be consumed on a linear scale together rather than being isolated. Because I have sat in a situation where somebody got more than somebody else. This is putting it out there that everybody, if you hadn't thought about it as you said, and she did, it's like, oh, I want to hear what that is at this particular juncture. So I haven't seen it, and this may be premature, but from what I can hear, and the mayor has said that if it's a right to have it, you guys can't touch it.
Any other comments?
No.
No. I'll go.
Well, we have a vote.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All those in favor? And all those opposed? Okay. And the motion passes. Okay, go ahead.
See, on to a lighter note, there's a whole lot of excitement in the city of Pleasant Grove, and I am so proud of that excitement. The sound that I'm hearing is coming from our youth. So I want to thank those whom are responsible for the teams and the activities here in Pleasant Grove. It's overdue, and it's been missed. So I would like to first thank our Park Board President, Mr. Errol, and your staff for all that you do. I would like to thank Pastor Dan and Councilor Brown for the flag football team. I drove in Saturday and the park was lit up, and it did my heart some good to not see this in Hurrytown, but to see it in Pleasant Grove. And Mr. Goldsmith, something that we've all talked about and probably campaigned on, and that's hearing the sounds of pads clacking together and young ladies cheering, does my heart good. So I want to thank you for taking on that challenge, okay? All right, the Beautification Committee. I would like to invite you all to please come to the Beautification Committee meeting. And it's the 4th Tuesday of every month. We want to hear your concerns. We want you to share with us how we can make Pleasant Grove even more exciting and even more beautiful than it already is. We did select a committee, and I would like to call those individuals' names. I am the chairperson at large. The mayor twists my arm. No, I'm just joking. But our chairperson-elect is Mr. Vincent DeWitt. Mr. DeWitt, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you, Mr. DeWitt. Our vice chairman is Ms. Lisa Patterson. Would you please stand? She's not here. Our secretary is Ms. Sandra Wilkerson. She's not with us. And our finance chairperson is Ms. A. Faye Calhoun. Would you please stand and be recognized? So Mayor, we do have a board form,
Okay,
and we're ready to go to work. But we don't want to go to work without you. I want you to go home and tell your neighbor that there are exciting things going on in Pleasant Grove and that they are needed because we want to increase the level of excitement. Mr. DeWitt mentioned on Arbor Day, we gave out little saplings, small trees. Mr. DeWitt, you mentioned that there's possibly still some available free of charge. So if you are desiring a tree for your yard or your park or wherever, please see Mr. DeWitt, or you can contact City Hall, our Public Work Director, Mr. Goldsmith, or Mr. Mika Hodge for those free saplings. Some things that we talked about was we want to, Mayor, clean up the signs coming in and out of Pleasant Grove. They're a little dingy. We even went to the point that we're probably gonna make suggestions to replace some of them. Those metal signs, if they can be replaced with something a little bit more exciting or picturesque, we would like those signs, of course, replaced. We talked about on festive times of the year, dressing up our city hall. I spoke with the mayor about that. And there are individuals who are a part of that. So Ms. A. Fay, if you want to contact City Hall or come up and talk to the individuals that are already a part of that, please come on up. We're going to, in talking to the mayor, we're going to establish a yard of the month. And we would like to place a sign in the winter yard. Now, how do we hope to be able to identify this beautiful residence? One, we're asking you as you travel throughout the city to please contact City Hall and let them know that, hey, I just passed the most beautiful yard in the city of Pleasant Grove. Someone needs to go out and lay eyes on it. Of course, we'll be traveling through the city as well. We're gonna ask Miss Salathia Van Williams to create some sort of form, submission form, so you can go online and complete that information. And the committee, whom has volunteered to go out and be a part of selecting that home, they'll get that information, they'll take a look, et cetera, et cetera. But please, let's get involved. We're hoping this will happen the month of May, so we have time, you know, we're going through spring. I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about that. We still want to establish the adopt a highway or byway. If there's a neighborhood association president present, if you would go back to your neighborhood association and solicit or at least present it, or invite me and the committee to visit and present this opportunity. The mayor is on board, and I'm grateful that we are willing to provide the initial equipment, 10 sets of pickers and 10 vests. And then we're gonna ask the homeowners association to maintain it. But we do want to do that. A huge shout out to our Public Works Department. You know, when I drive through the city and I see how clean our highways and byways are, I want to commend Mr. Goldsmith and his team for a job well done. I don't know, prior to you coming on board, I don't know when the last time I was able to ride through the city and just be so prideful of just how clean our city is. However, let's go home and let's tell our neighbors to tell their friends and those that are visiting Pleasant Grove that this is a no dumping zone. So as you're driving up and down our highways and byways, please, pretty please, do not toss things out of your window. Please don't. And if you get caught doing it, I'm sure our public safety department is going to have a whole lot to say about it. Let's see here.
while you're looking for that, Councilor Wilkerson, I will let the beautification board know that we do have pickers and vests available for your team.
Okay. And neighborhood associations, when you go talk to your teams, let them know that we're ready. Mayor, we're gonna also, I guess we may have to look into this, Attorney Kidd, whether or not we can post signs that say, this community adopted this highway or byway.
I would have to get back with you on that.
Okay, because I don't want to litter the city with signs, but I do want to give credit where credit is due. Absolutely.
Just put the sign up?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys can do that.
Okay.
As long as it's in the right of way.
As long as,
Right.
right, okay.
Signage.
One last thing, I want to commend the young lady again, who came in second for the spelling bee competition. I was fortunate enough some time ago to meet her and her father on a Saturday morning when myself and Councilor Lassiter was out cleaning Park Road. I'm just so proud. You know, the schools in Pleasant Grove need to be commended. You know, our principals and their staffs, they love our children, they are concerned, and they care about our children. But I think we can do more. How can we do more? I think we can visit more. We can visit more. You know, we can become a part of the process of maybe having lunch with a class, or maybe reading to a class, or soliciting an opportunity to just tell them about how we became adults so that they'll have something to look forward to. With that being said, Mayor, I've said enough.
That's fair. Thank you, Councilor Wilkerson. Councilor Van Williams.
I'll be quick. Good evening. As we march a little closer to May, we recognize that our graduates are fastly approaching, getting prepared to put on that robe. I want you to adopt a graduate if you can. Graduation fees and things of that nature are just expensive right now. So if you know a kid that is graduating, just, you know, take some time and drop a little something in the bucket for them, if you will. They have just a lot to deal with right now. You know, application fees, this, that, and the third. It's just a lot. And gas, let's not even mention gas to get to their summer jobs. So let's just think about that. Also, we had an opportunity to fill up the food pantry once again for Easter over at First Baptist. We filled it up once again. Like I said, April got here quick. But we just must remember, as we enjoyed our Easter dinners and stuff of that nature, we wanted to step up a little bit higher than a canned good. So we kind of dressed it up with turkeys, hams. We went down through there. I'm just going to be honest with you. Filled up a few baskets and took it off in there. And everyone was proud and pleased to receive those items. We are going to have Senior Day coming up at the school. I want you guys just to keep your eyes and ears open. I will be able to address it at the next meeting. I won't take the time in this meeting. Have a lot of big things happening on that day for a deserving senior or seniors. So just kind of keep your eyes and ears open. Our trip to Washington, D.C. was very fulfilling. I'm a leader by just nature, and I'm always here to learn even more. You can never know too much. Already putting into processes what we've learned. You know, to be a leader, you must be a better follower. And I know nothing but to lead, but I'm also knowing how to follow is not even tough, you know, because I understand that Mayor Lawson has a tough job. For me, as I sit here, I listened to a lot of comments today, but we've got to remember, in order to move forward, we're not going to always agree, but we have a chief in command. And we've got to support that. If it's not killing us, if it's not breaking any situations, as far as, I don't feel like I'm not being given anything. You know, I'm not being, you know, slighted. I asked for quite a bit. So I think if we just kind of just stick with, you know, the original process, what we talked about, I think we kind of veered off a little bit. That's just my opinion, but I think we're doing a fine job. And you give us quite a bit. You do, and I appreciate that. Okay. With that being said, that's all I have. Thank you for the trip to Washington, D.C. It was very good to me. It was informative.
Thank you, Councilor Van Williams. Councilor Geary.
Good evening again. So I will ditto, I won't go into the trip to DC, but it was really amazing. I'm glad that we had the opportunity to go. I'm glad we were able to go together. I think that was really good for us. Just the conversations and stuff that we had was really great. From the library, April is National Poetry Month. The Poetry Club will meet on Wednesday, April the 8th at 10 a.m. With Mark Mellinson and his poetry, Inks of Africa. He will also host a poetry reading from his book on Saturday, April the 18th at 10 a.m., also in the library. On April the 7th at 10 a.m. is Medicare 101 with Brooke. On April 15th at 10 a.m. is Book Club. We're reading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This month's leaders are Mary Pickens and Wanema Wilson. I'm sorry if I messed the name up. Come out and join us. National Library Week is April the 19th through the 25th. All Jefferson County Public Libraries are offering a $5 coupon to use during this week. The coupon can be used to pay on overdue fines. It is not good for lost item payments, and there's only one coupon per library card holder. I'm sorry. They're offering a $5 coupon to be used, and it can be used to pay overdue fines. Due to the passing of Donna Roth, Mary Hardin will be elected by the Pleasant Grove Library Board March 17th, and she will serve as the secretary. The genealogy appointments are available with Laura Higginbotham in the library. Knit-Wits Needlepoint Group meets every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Summer Reading 2026, Unearth a Story packets are now available in the library. Drop in and pick up one. Our first program is June 3rd at 2 p.m. with Tommy Johns. And that's all from the library. Mayor, I would like for us to address the possibility of doing a fall festival this year. I would be interested in taking that up if the council is okay with us having that this year. If so, I would like for us to go ahead and pass a motion to, or at least address passing a motion to be able to request and accept donations for the fall festival. And I know that the Finance Committee will be looking at the budget. I think that we're going to be doing that at our next meeting to see if there's any adjustments. Maybe there's a few dollars that we can put towards this, if it's nothing but $2,500 or $5,000, something that can help go towards the fall festival. But I would like to, if we can address that tonight, I would like to go ahead and address that.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I have your motion correct. You asked for a motion to accept donations for a fall festival?
Yes, and I think that in the past, I'm not sure that it's been a city event, but I would like for it to be a city event, but I would like the opportunity to be able to solicit donations and for them to be accepted.
Okay, so we have that in the form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have the motion by Councilor Gary and a second by Councilor Wilkerson. Any questions? I don't have any questions, but I just want to update on a few things. So, and I promise I did not know you were going to say.
We hadn't talked about it.
Okay, so we have solicited, we have applied for a grant. And one of the things I was supposed to do tonight was to request that this council accept the grant. So we have funding for it. So you'll be pleased to know that Mrs. Hodge has begun the process, and I'm sure she would appreciate support, right? The support and co-chairing or whatever, however y'all want to do it. But we have received a grant in the amount of $3,900 from Senator Coleman and $2,600 from Representative Sellers. So you will have a large fund to work with. And so, so I'm pleased to inform the council of that. And so once we pass this motion, then we can properly accept those funds. But we did apply for it, and we did receive the approval last week. So we're very appreciative of those legislators for funding that for us. So if no other questions, then Councilor Gary will be the city councilor to spearhead that, and for the record, it has not been a city function, official
Right.
city function in the past. And Mrs. Hodge will be able to assist you from our offices. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor? Do we have a date?
No.
Okay, what date do we put on the application? We put it October 24th.
It was a week before. Let me double check. Speak out of turn.
While she's doing that, Mayor, is
Yes,
this motion specifically in taking those funds,
Well, it's to accept funds,
right, to accept
period,
the
for-
fund? Okay,
But
Not these funds.
Not those funds yet.
okay,
Well, I
so you're
was-
gonna have a vote on these
Yes,
letters? Okay.
yes.
Mayor, it's, October 25th.
October 25th. No, that was, we did not have it on a Sunday. No,
I think that was either the 24th or the 25th.
no. No, that's Jazz in the Grove. Yeah, Jazz in the Grove. I know, but the Fall Festival, because we named it Fall in the Grove. But if you want to name it something different, but we had to have a name for the application. So,
Double check, I'm looking up.
yes, ma'am. So, we will
But that date is
solidify
not-
the dates.
Okay.
And, we normally partner with the high school for the location, but at your direction, we can move it at your request. So now I would like to make a motion that.
Oh, go ahead. I'll finish. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
No, I just had one other thing. So we, did attempt to have a meeting for, risk management committee. Unfortunately, we were not able to move forward with that meeting on that day. However, for those members, I am tentatively looking at April 30th, as a possible date. So if you just check your calendars, and I will confirm with you all if that's a good time.
Okay. Okay. So while we still have you, Counselor Gary, I would like to make a motion to accept funds that have been awarded to the city of Pleasant Grove in the amount of $3,900 from, Senator Coleman and the amount of $2,600 from Representative Sellers for the Fall Festival. Fall in the Grove, Fall Festival. And that's in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have the motion, it's been properly seconded by Counselor Gary. All those in any questions, I'm sorry? Any additional questions? All those in favor? Okay,
Mayor Lawson, October 24th.
okay, yeah, that was not the right date.
It's on the application.
Yeah, that's not right date, no. Yeah, so we'll solidify the date, but it's planned for October. And Counselor Brown, my apologies.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, Mayor, just a couple of things for consideration. First of all, we had in our budget about giving some money to the band for their dance uniforms. They're requesting that we could get those, so if you could think about an appropriate time to present those with those funds for those dance uniforms, I think it was. And then also, I had received a call this week from Mrs. Wiley at 456 13th Street. That's the street that they've done all the water work, and they've left a whole lot of gravel and things like that in her yard. You've probably seen it. So I just wanted to make sure it was on record that I told them, I said, we will make sure that somebody is checking on that to see what we can have done about that from the water people. All right, Kelsey, congratulations. That's a very good thing. I remember that one round when I was in the spelling bee. It was good. It was nice for that one round. Chief, very much congratulations to you. I'd like to thank the citizens for the trip to DC to do the learning. We did learn a lot, and it was a good experience. And probably the primo moment of it all was when we sat around a round table with Attorney Kidd and just talked. And it was just a good conversation with us. So thank you for that. Philippians 4:8 says that whatsoever things are praiseworthy, to think about these things. So I wanted to end my comments tonight with just a few praise things. First of all, Errol Taylor, the president of our park board, we had a meeting the other night, and an excellent job in leading that meeting and helping us in a direction. And Attorney Kidd, thank you so much for being there and giving us your wisdom and input. And Mayor, also for you being there. It was a really good meeting, and we were able to hammer some things down, and that was very good. I looked at our finances, and Mayor, just as you said, you were happy to present this. I was happy to read this. So thank you to Councilor Van Williams and the Finance Committee for the fine job that you're doing in cutting costs and corners and things like that. Councilor Wilkerson, thank you so much for everything that you're doing with the Beautification Board. Of course, we always, Charles is just doing an amazing job. This was probably the best hire in a long, long time. He's good job. And then Councilor Gary, thank you for all that you're doing with the library, and then also I love the fact that you've got the Fall Festival already on your radar. And other than that, I just want to thank you guys for everything that you do. Thank you for your prayers, and it's very, very encouraging as I look across our counselors and their own personal Facebook pages, and I see the praises to our Lord on this Easter weekend, and that's just if that's number one in our lives, we'll always be okay. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Just to update you, Councilor Brown, so we as a council, we do need to determine and hammer out how we want the funding to go to the school. Because what happens is we just write one check to the Board of Education based on our budget.
Okay.
And then we provide Mr. Watkins and Ms. Lewis with a list of how it should be allocated. So that lets them know how the council wishes for those funds to be distributed.
Okay.
So we just need to make sure that we properly, if everybody brings to the table their portion or how they would like to see this done.
Okay.
And,
I do have one more thing I forgot.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Hunter Street Baptist Church, big church over in Hoover, is bringing a block party to First Baptist Church this coming Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. There's free food and fun, hamburgers, hot dogs, snow cones, popcorn, face painting, games and prizes, live music. So if you have an opportunity to go by this weekend, stop by First Baptist and enjoy a hot dog. And it's not just for kids, it's a family fun day. And I failed to mention it, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And then also I would like to mention, I did not mention when I was doing my comments, that we do have the Jazz in the Grove coming. We will hopefully start our promotionals next week. It will be held the Sunday before Memorial Day. And we have also received funding for that. So I would like to make a motion to accept funds from Commissioner Tyson. Commissioner Coleman. Senator Coleman. What am I doing? Senator Coleman and Representative Sellers. Again, Senator Coleman provided $3,900. And Representative Sellers provided $2,600 to these events. And that's in addition to the funds that we've already received from Jefferson County in the amount of $7,000 from Commissioner Scales and Commissioner Stevens collectively. So that will bring our total to right at $13,000. And there's some additional funds that I can't recall at this moment, but that was handled under the previous city council. That was properly accepted at that time. So I would like to make a motion that we accept those funds from Representative Sellers and Senator Coleman.
I'll second.
Okay. That motion has been made by myself and properly seconded by Councilor Van Williams. Any additional questions?
And just on, so we've already taken care of the 7,000. We don't have to.
Yes, that was done.
Oh, in the previous
Yes,
administration?
yes,
Okay.
yes. That was done, I think, maybe in June or July or something like that.
Yeah, because I know there's some other money in the budget already
Yes,
for it.
yes. So all those in favor? And that motion passes unanimously. Okay. Excuse me, now we have citizens' comments, sorry. You just have to come around to the microphone, sir. Mr. Demetrius. Yes, sir. No, I was just explaining to him to come to the microphone.
My name is Steve Baxter. I live at 4112 Smithfield Forest Drive, Pleasant Grove, Alabama. I am one of the board members on our neighborhood association. So we come today because we do have concerns
Yes,
in our
sir.
neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
And as you know, Smithfield Forest has over 200 residents.
That's right.
And we are divided into different blocks, okay? So I'm gonna let Ms. Valerie Simmons come and talk to us. She's the block captain for Sector 5, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am so excited to be here. This is my very first. And I'm not coming with a complaint. I'm coming because I really want our community to get that award. I am strategizing, okay? So with my concern and spoke with Goldsman, we had a long conversation. I live on Red Rock Circle, been there for 30 years. One of the things that I want you all to know, I believe in y'all journey. And when y'all said, and it resonated, being a therapist, words matter. And it resonated to me when you all said, if you see something, say something. And your concerns will be addressed. So with that said, this is my concern, and I know that it will be addressed. I've been living 1317 Red Rock Circle for 30 years. We have a blind, wait a minute, let me just go back. Chief, I want to commend you. I see police presence on a regular, and I know they say, I don't know who that lady be, just behave and tell them I'm not crazy, I'm in a little Mercedes, but I see them, they be parked in the cut, or they might be parked in a community, but it's just a nice thing to see. So I want to share, people follow leaders. So I want to share to you, let them know that we appreciate them, okay? So after 30 years, seeing this sore eye in our community, it's 2 lots, and nothing has been done to the lots. It's both lots are private lots. And I'm afraid for our children because the way the lots, and I think you guys may have been by there, I know you have, Regina, the way the lot is set up, the school bus come right there on that walkway. So I don't know what's breeding in that area, but I know it's something because you can hear it. But my observation was the children, when they get off the bus, they happen to be out of school, so they don't fear nothing. And I've seen them kind of go close to that lot, playing and pushing each other. So I'm afraid that something is gonna come out there because you can't see, it's just woods and it's debris. So Mr. Wilkerson, I don't think we will get that because we would get the beautification award. Because when y'all come through our community and y'all see that, y'all might cast us down. So I want this here to be rectified because we have a great, and when I say great, everybody take pride in their community, in their homes. And that take money, and that take effort and commitment. And I'm sure everybody in here do the same. But we want to be the first on the block to get that, okay? So I was told that we would have to find the owner or something. I don't know how that works. But I do know it's a danger. It's a sore eye. I called one of the council members on a Sunday on her way to church because we had bad weather, and it was a live wire. I mean, it was live, and I was afraid that the kids, you know, when kids, they playing, they're not looking for fear. They don't see fear. So I called Regina, and she had someone come out and, you know, remove the live wire. But they left the branch, they left the trees. They left all of the debris right there. So I'm just pleading with the community, the community is concerned, but I'm pleading with you all to please give us some consideration and some attention. I even asked if, you know, we can get a no dumping or do not trespass or something. And I was told that since it's private, you can't do anything. But I've been there 30 years, so in 30 years, if they hadn't done anything in 30 years, I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm pleading with you all, please, for the safety of our children and for just a good look in our community.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Thank you for
y'all.
your comments.
Thank y'all.
So I don't want it to seem like there is no response to you. But as you stated, because it is private property, there is a process that we must adhere to. And while it's very unfortunate it has been there for that amount of time, I want you to be assured in knowing that we will make it our effort, since we do have such staffing on the police department now. Our enforcement officer is actually a police officer and a fire captain. Captain. And so, but because of the staffing that we have, it frees him up to be able to actually enforce.
Right.
To the extent that may be necessary under these circumstances. So I don't want you to think that we're ignoring you, but I also don't want you all to be misled that this may be quick. But we will make every effort we can, but there's very little we can do with it being private property, our team. But as far as coming there and actually cleaning it up beyond the right of ways.
Right.
So I just want you to be aware of that and make sure that you all, as bringing your concerns. We did see that listed on the paperwork that Mr. Baxter left.
Right.
So I want you to know that we have been made aware.
Okay.
And we will get on it, but I don't want you to feel that if you come back this time in May, that if it's not done, that we haven't tried.
Right.
Or began the process.
Right, well, we waited 30 years, so we can wait
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
if one more thing, Mayor, it's becoming a dumping site. People are dumping trash and so forth and so on. So that's a whole new level.
And ma'am,
of
they
what
came
we-
to my office this afternoon, and I already have parcel identification owners on all that, and we're gonna be handling as much as we can within the bounds of the law starting tomorrow.
Wow, that's why we stand by this team.
Yes.
Y'all,
That's why we stand by. I'm afraid.
thank you, and we just appreciate you guys for
Yes,
everything.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In addition to those two addresses she submitted earlier, there's two other lots. It's at 4144 Smithfield Forest Drive, and the other one is at 4140 Smithfield Forest Drive. The house has been abandoned, so grass is growing up. The other house I mentioned, the tenants come there and they bring their cars and it's just parking there, but they don't keep their yards up at all. The other property is the third one, and it's at 1336 Rolling Ridge Circle. And those problems that she mentioned earlier, we having the same problems in that area as well. I think someone's parking a big truck right in front of the lot, and it's basically being a distraction. But, everybody's trying to spring clean right now. Everybody trying to get their yards together. And I did go talk to Ms. Hodge today, and she told me some things that I really didn't know, because we had a couple of tenants, putting out mattresses and so forth. So she gave me the address to call, and they will come and pick that stuff up. So I will, at our next neighborhood meeting, I will inform them they have to call it in and get the information to pick those things up.
And you can also go on the website.
Right. I do the website, right.
Yes.
So, like I said, we're in the process of cleaning up. We know Smithfield Park has been self-contained. We have a walking crew, and we keep things where they need to be at. But we appreciate y'all help. Thank you.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. The next person comes, thank you, Mr. Baxter. I will say this, in reference to the big truck parking.
Right.
The law says as long as emergency vehicles can retain access until we make some changes to our zonings. Right now, that's where we are. But I wanted to acknowledge that we do hear you. And, we will turn these other addresses over as well. Thank you. Ms. Lowry?
And Mayor, if we could just say that we are taking a look at that zoning issue. We have discussed that and.
Thank you, Councilor Wilkerson. Aye.
From the Hope Community Food Bank, I want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank the Bradford Foundation for
Bradbury. Yes,
Bradbury
ma'am.
Foundation for the very generous donations to this food bank. We have maintained it through community donations and church donations, but the items that they have brought and given to the food bank has really stepped up the quality of what we are able to do for the community. And the March figures, we served 47 individuals. Now that's our community. We have needs. They could be your neighbor. They could be you. They could be me. It's open every Tuesday from 10 to 12. And 11 of those 47 were children. So put that in your heart. Tuck it in there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ms. Lowry, and all the work that you all do at the food bank. Do you want to?
Okay, so, yeah. Mr. Hampton.
Richard Hampton, 413 13th Street.
Step closer to the mic, Mr.
Really, truly, I don't really need a mic. Trust me. I don't need a mic. Trust me, I don't need a mic. But what I want to say, you said on the beautification, I'm going to disagree with you. 13th Street, like a bomb zone. I came up here before this council before, probably about 10 years ago, and asked for speed bumps. Now we got some every 45 feet. You mentioned right there on that corner, what about the other one? Where they had asphalt, they picked up the asphalt today, but then they broke the sewer. That's just to say, you look at my yard, and I got pictures, and I apologize, because I was gonna bring I printed them off. But I got them in my phone, because I went up and down the street and take a look at it. You got gravel, concrete, and all that right there. It looked like somebody was playing in my yard with a skid steer in the front. So, I called the PSC. They can't do nothing about it. So I called him. The guy came out this morning. To be honest with you, he came out there, he talked. He said they're gonna get on it. Because the last time somebody was working out there was March 18th. The only way I knew they was out there working, because I had been looking for them, was because I was out of town actually, and then I saw them on my green car, playing in the front yard. But it's been the worst job I ever seen in my life. So unprofessional, it's ridiculous. And if you think I'm lying, I'll show you the pictures of my yard. And I told the guy, I said, let me tell you something. What's not gonna satisfy me is that you're gonna come out here and throw some seeds and some little hay on my yard when I had sod. Not gonna happen. That sewer up there at the top, they got gravel and just about all of them. Now y'all had some people come out there and clean them sewers up. came out there last year. Cleaned the one up, about 2 houses up, and then they cleaned up that one because we complained about that lot on the corner of Pleasant Grove Road and 13th Street. We've been complaining about that for about 4 years. And like I said, they came up there and it ain't too much you can do. It's not really too much you can do. But when you got asphalt and gravel all the way up down the street, the sewers are stopped up, and then we say, well, everything, no, it's not hunky-dory, it's not beautiful. And everybody around there take pride in their yard. Trust me, we do. If you think I'm lying, I'll show you my phone. If you think I'm lying, we can walk it out in the morning. Well, not the morning, I gotta go to Montgomery. I gotta go to Montgomery in the morning. But I'm just saying, as we look at these things to get better, we gotta look at how we treat it as well. And then like I say, so because we didn't know. This project has been going on for over a year. It's been going on for a year. And like I said, I challenge anybody to say, if you think I'm lying, we'll walk it out. I'll be back, I'll be back Wednesday. 413 13th Street, Pleasant Grove. I got the pictures. I apologize. I had another meeting before I came here. And I came straight for that meeting to get here because I said, okay, I did talk to them. The guy said they behind. Well, I'm saying behind what? That's my question, behind what? This is your project. The project is not finished until the job is done. And the job is done means you clean up behind yourself too. And that's what I'm concerned about. And then like I say, we look at things right there where the light at the corner of 4th Plaza and 13th Street been out for 6 months. And it's dark on that corner. We all old now, but we ain't got no kids, but they still speed up 13th Street like it's a drag strip, even with the bad pavement. Even with the bad pavement, they still come up there right there. Now the people that go slow, they older people like me, they ain't trying to tap their car, but the younger people, they come down there, they just speed up and down, and they stop. And the reason why it is because we asked for speed bumps and then we was told no. So I'm gonna finish on that note, and then I got one more note to say. I've been out here for 30-some years too. And when I came out as a young man, and everybody that stayed on our street had little kids, and we all had little kids, and everybody grew up, and the thing about it was we was a neighborhood, and then we was a family. But when we look at how we do it, from a city-wise, is that when you came up here, you couldn't get no answers and you couldn't get none done. Like I say, I hope y'all be able to work together on some of the stuff that we need and look at it right there. Because I was thinking when I come up here today, I said, you know what? When you look at other municipalities and all this stuff and how it runs, ours is backwards, to be honest with you. You know where I live? Do you know?
I know.
How about you? They don't know. But y'all say y'all represent everybody. How you represent everybody? You don't even know. I've been here 30-something years. I used to work at the park for free. I used to take kids home. I used to do all that stuff. But y'all look at when y'all restructure this thing so we can get it right, and then everybody can be served, I think we need one more council member. And y'all job is to legislate. Yours is you the executive. So when you look at your council right there, it's just boom, boom, boom. He's here, not here.
He's not here.
But normally when you're here, there's always stress right there. But when you got 7, there's always somebody right there. That's the reason why. You stalemate because you got 5, you need 6. Anybody can see that. Because you put your mayor in a precarious position as if she was a legislator. But no, she's the mayor. So y'all think about that, and y'all think about it too. That's all I gotta say. But we're gonna see. The guy said wait. We're not waiting this long. I guess we're gonna wait a little bit. But he already fixed his. Had to. He fixed his yard. He probably, I don't know if he wanna come up here and tell you, but You know what they did?
Well, I mean, you did pretty good, but.
Yeah. They cut his gas line and they didn't say anything. Yeah. Yeah. They cut his gas line and didn't say nothing. Guess what the man did? He go buy a whole brand new hot water heater.
Yeah.
Cause ain't nobody told him.
Hot water heat from my gas line off.
Tore it off the side of the house.
Got pictures of it. They laid it on the ground. And me not knowing that, I'm sorry, I'm sitting down here. But me not knowing.
The only thing is we can't, like, for the public.
No,
I fixed it. Well, I'm saying it's the point that they tore it up and nobody said nothing. They still contractors. And they contracted with the city. They ain't contract with me or him.
it wasn't about beautification award. I don't like y'all to look beautiful anyway.
It's sorry. Yeah, and
Here's the-
you know, I know.
Here's the, but I'm retired soon, and mine gonna look just.
So let me say this about the 13th Street area. I do want to acknowledge, I know that it has been a very long time for you all, and you're having to live through this. So I don't want it to seem that I am simplifying that. But I would ask that if you would allow me the opportunity to speak with our city attorney, and then we approach the CAW appropriately, because I don't know what that looks like. Appropriately, and it's not that we're pushing the can down the road, but I want to be able to intelligently speak to the CAW on behalf of those impacted those impacted citizens.
Now, I will say this about him. Like I said, I put that, they got a website. I went on that website this morning. About 30 minutes later, somebody was knocking on the door. So I let a lot of steam off right there because somebody did come. He did come.
Yes,
I
sir.
did talk to the guy. And he said he got contractors in the area. They're a little bit busy. So we're gonna monitor it, and if no difference or change, then I'll come back. Next one.
So if I may ask this, I think that you all have an official neighborhood association, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I may ask, if you can collectively, get together with your neighborhood association, and very similar to what Mr. Baxter and them did, if you could give us a list of specific addresses, issues, concerns, so we can speak intelligently on your behalf. But they will probably want to speak with you directly because, of course, we're the city, but we can present it as a city concern. Is that fair, or do you want us to wait, or? Yes, sir. Okay, so who's your current neighborhood president?
Well, I'm here for Jennifer right now.
Oh, Jennifer, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on the board too.
Oh, okay.
On
well,
the
then-
neighborhood association.
Okay, well, then
Yeah.
you're able to execute
Yeah,
that. So
that's why I went all the way around the neighborhood looking.
Yes, sir. And we certainly appreciate you doing that, Mr. Hampton. Yes.
And as
And yeah,
I went down there.
and I will tell you, Miss Wiley's that I mentioned earlier, the reason she called me is because I've done work in her yard and at the other end of the street. I cleaned out the storm drain there myself, and I saw the
Well, they
asphalt, yes.
Well, they broke
Well, the other side of the street. I did see where they broke it. So yes, sir, there are many concerns there.
We just don't want to leave it.
And
Yes, sir.
as the
Yes,
next
sir.
speaker
Thank you.
comes up, I want to educate just a little bit. You come on up, next speaker. That 10-foot easement from the street to that water meter is not yours. And that's the biggest misconception, but you have to maintain it. I know that's not fair. Birmingham Water, Central Water, whoever they are, they have the right to come. So we're starting in the right place on the complaints. It's not the city. That 10 foot, you can just about measure it. It's the utility easement. They can come up and dig it up, and don't you have to knock on your door. Yeah. They'll do it. They'll do it.
They did tell us they took it off,
As I say,
and I would have bought another, you don't tell me, hot boil,
right,
so we went about another house.
right. I just want to make sure you know, so that
I need some.
you have rights. You do have rights. You do have rights. I just want to make sure everyone knows. It may not seem fair, but that 10 foot, You have to maintain it, but it's not even yours. Your property starts right beyond that meter towards your house.
So again, Mr. Hampton, if you all will compile that information for us,
That helps.
then, you know, we can speak with them, not to represent you in
Right.
that manner, but as a citizen with concerns. If, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
So
Thank
sorry.
you. And I am very sorry that that's happening with you as well, so, yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Taylor.
Observation and a question. Thank y'all for our spring cleaning that's coming up, but I have a question. It's saying, prohibited items. It's, saying no tires, paints, TVs, electronics. So a big observation, y'all know that's the stuff that end up in the dumps on the side of the highway. So is there any kind of way we can put like some kind of special container to get those things? I understand the hazard material and the household trash. But for the TVs, tires, and stuff like that, can we? It's no way for us to get an extra. I don't know if they're gonna charge y'all for it, because that stuff's gonna end up. That's the stuff that people discard.
So I will say this, so due to environmental restrictions, there's only certain things that we're able to accept in our dumpsters. But Jefferson County does have the hazardous waste days. So I will ask Mr. Goldsmith to please contact them and see if they can maybe host an event here. And then that would give us an opportunity.
That's a great idea.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Greetings, Honorable Mayor,
Good afternoon, or good evening, excuse
progressive
me.
counselors, and beloved citizens. Let's just
Pull the mic down.
stop for a moment. Can we just, we look like we are just in a tense political meeting. It's okay. Feel the love. Now, I'm not going to ditto what Mr. Hampton said because you didn't just hear him, you listened. But being a former member and now a current member of the Beautification Board, I know during the past administration, that was $10,000 for the Beautification Board. Is that still allotted or where are we? And I want to ask, since I was voluntold to be on the Finance Committee for that board.
Yes, ma'am, we did include that funding in this year's budget, and you have until September 30th to expend those funds.
Okay, good and very good. That's
Hi, how you doing? Hi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I only come out once in a while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not to the meeting, but coming to the house. I'm just kidding. Evening to everyone, Mayor, Council.
Yes, sir.
I'm here because I have a complaint, and next street over, 1313th Street. I learned that the guy lost the house, lost the property. And so I finally got in touch with him, and he said he turned it back over to the bank. So I'm asking, what bank? Who? He don't know. So it's in back of my house, which I live. Let me start over. My name is Charles Cooper. I live at 1313 12th Street, Pleasant Grove. So back to this is that in back of my home, my lovely home, which my sister built for me. Thank you again. Now, the home is abandoned and the grass is growing. So I'm concerned. So if anyone have any answers to this question as to what can I do about it or what needs to be done about it?
So again, very similar to the issues earlier, it's private property. However, we will definitely include that on our list for our enforcement officer and see if we can how quickly we can get in touch with the property owners and enforce from that from that manner. So unfortunately, because it's private property, the city of Pleasant Grove cannot enter that property unless we go through the proper channels of going into the property, cutting the property, or cleaning the property up and leaning the property. So, before we do that, we have to exhaust all these other remedy attempts, if you will.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a while, and at the same time, the grass gonna get taller. So, to share with that, the gentleman across the street on 1313, I spoke with him last week. He take it upon his own to cut the front. I said, why don't you go get the back? He said, I'm not worried about the back. He said, "Oh, I live across the street." So, I'm trying to do, be right about what I'm doing and what I'm thinking.
Yes,
Because
sir.
private property is private property.
Yes, sir. So
So-
I can't give you legal advice. However, that's trespassing because it's somebody else's property.
I really didn't want you to say
But
that.
I understand, but I'm just,
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
please don't.
I'm
Please
gonna
don't.
continue to get in touch with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna continue to move forward to get in touch with the bank or whomever.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
proper.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So in order for me to get that, I have to jump the fence. And that zero turn won't do that. So,
Okay.
So we cool with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
Yes,
if there's no more public comment, I would like to say, where, the issue that they had with the power outage? The power outage where the tree was that was addressed last week or so, I think, right off the Park Road and.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so right around, if you're going up that street to go right around, there's like
Fourth Terrace. That was Fourth Terrace.
Right, and if you're going up, I'm not sure what street that turns into, but if you're going around, there's something leaning, like a branch or something that's leaning out in the road. I know it was there last night, so I'm not sure, but if cars are coming both ways, they can't both cross, because it's just, and I don't know if it's coming from private property or city property or not, but I just wanted to address so we don't have any, issues there.
Okay, Mr. Goldsmith will make note of that. And one last thing, council, I did mention the purchase of the vehicles for the public works team in pre-council. However, I failed to address that in the actual council meeting, so forgive me. So I would like to make a motion that we purchase 2 vehicles for the public works team using the appropriate funding in the amount of $99,367.44. And I think that based on the purpose of the vehicles, we would be able to utilize the infrastructure funds that we referenced earlier. The $700 and something thousand less the $200,000 for the purchase of the tractors. So I make a motion that we allocate an amount not to exceed $100,000 for the purchase of 2 public works utility vehicles.
I second the motion.
We have the motion that's been properly seconded by Councilor Brown. Any additional questions?
Just one,
Yes.
so in the event that the funds cannot be used, I know you said you think that they can, if they can't, will it come back before council to determine if it, I think we need them, I'm not against us getting the vehicles, I just wanna make sure that.
Well, I did not specify a specific funding source. But if the council would like for me to identify a specific funding source before we vote on it, then yes, it would need to come back before the council.
Well, I guess I'm not asking that, there's several listed here, I'm just saying, if it's not able to come out of one of these, then it would have to come from the general fund, right?
Yes, which would mean the budget would have to be amended. So I
Right,
would
that's what I'm
have
saying,
to
so you come back to council.
Yeah, I would have to. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor? And if we have no other comments, I make a motion, we adjourn.
That's second.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm about to get up. Doing